Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is another Lost in the Pond reaction, and yeah, I mean, water's wet. We've got another reaction to his channel, as you can tell. And yeah, the video is 5 summer foods I only encountered after moving to America. And I mean, it's getting to summertime now. I mean, in terms of the months, it's pretty much is summer, but in terms of the feeling, it still feels like winter, and I'm still depressed because there's not been sunshine for over a month, and it's depressing as hell. But it is what it is. But yeah, we're back with another video of his. Of course, check his videos out, check his channel out in the description. If you enjoy this reaction, I'm sure you will enjoy his videos because obviously I'm reacting to one of his videos. So yeah, show him some love, subscribe to him if you can, it would mean a lot. But let's get into this one, man. I'm interested because I'm coming to think of it. What sort of items do you have for summer? Sun cream? Is it maybe certain... Oh, certain summer foods. There we go. Not sun cream because that's not a food first. And I mean, yeah, I'm wondering maybe like what sort of foods? Is there like a special sort of ice cream you have? I don't know, but we're going to get into this and see. Quick shout out to my Instagram, my Twitter links in the description for those interested. Same for my Patreon links for there for those interested. Yeah, let's just get into this. Let's see what Lawrence has for us today.
We here at Lost in the Pond didn't have all of the ingredients, so we made our own terrible version.
Wait, what?
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to food, specifically at this time of year, summer food. And with the 4th of July just around the corner, I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about how Americans just love their summer food. And I know, I get it, there won't be many parades this year, but if you're anything like me on the 4th of July, you'll lock yourself in your bedroom with 5 hot dogs and watch Bill Pullman deliver his presidential speech in Independence Day. But if you're the sort of person that won't go quietly into the night, I'm sure you're the sort of person that will still devour lots of food. Now, it's appropriate that I mentioned hot dogs a moment ago because there are certain summer foods, of course, that I did encounter in Britain. And hot dogs are one of them, or usually 5. For me, it's a weird addiction. It's like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop until you get heart disease.
It's weird because like hot dogs, when you have the sausages on the road, like Frankfurters, right? Is it Frankfurters? It's like it's not the same kind of sausage. I mean, you can as well, but I always preferred the hot dogs that sort of had the fakest sort of sausages. It's a weird one, but bro, you eat them and it's just like air. Like you just want more and more, and after you know, you've ate like 10, and you're still hungry and you want some more. So I can definitely see what.
And so, as is usual with this kind of list, there will be certain foods that didn't make it. I just wanted to make that perfectly clear in case Uncle Toby was ready and waiting at his keyboard. And so, without further ado, here are 5 summer foods that I only encountered after moving to America.
Corn dog. I didn't know this was a summer food, but corn dogs. Bro, these are always in the US films, aren't they? What actually... He's going to explain, I hope. What actually are corn dogs? Corn with a hot dog around it? There's another one that I know that it's like on a stick as well. I don't know what it is, though.
The best way that I can think of to describe a corn dog is this. It's a poor man's hot dog. In fact, doing some reading around, this is how it was popularized in the United States. During a baseball game in the 1930s, the hot dog vendor ran out of buns. We've all done it. And so he improvised by using some cornmeal batter that he had prepared for some fish. And so they spread around the baseball stadium, much to the glee of spectators who didn't know how to...
Oh, I thought the sausage was on the outside and the corn was on the inside, but that wouldn't make any sense. That's crazy how it came from this.
Them. And so the rest, as they say, is history, minus the addition of the sticks. But this was roughly a decade after German sausage makers had already introduced a concept similar to corn dogs in Texas, proving once again that there are 2 certainties in life, that most of America's best food came about during the Great Depression, and that Germans love a good sausage. As for me, I experienced my first ever corn dog at the Indiana State Fair. That day, bear in mind, I'd already met the world's largest sow and was subjected to 20 minutes of pig racing. That's pigs racing against each other. That's not me being subjected to racing against pigs again. And there were just lots of animals in...
Don't do yourself like that, man. Come on.
On my way to the food stand, I was stopped in my tracks by a cow doing a And so the last thing I wanted at this point was some meat, especially on a stick. And I have to confess, after that first experience...
It does look good, man. I mean, I've never ever never seen it sold in the UK, ever. But I mean, it does look interesting, and I think I would like it for sure. I mean, I like anything involving sausage. And that sounds kind of crazy, but Not in that way.
I had a strongly negative reaction to corn dogs, to the extent that my wife nearly disowned me. But as time went on and as my savings ran out and as desperation set in, I started to come round to the idea. And I came to accept it for what it is, fair food, as opposed to unfair food. But the one advantage it does have over a standard hot dog is it's not particularly messy, unlike this.
Chili dog. Was it just a hot dog with chili sauce or something?
Where can I start with chili dogs? I'd sooner end with chili dogs. In fact, there's a reason I don't have one to show you today as an example, because if I wanted to get the grey out of my beard, I'd just buy hair dye. So I've got an invisible one. It's like that scene in Hook. And you turn it around, you start eating it. Sorry about the noises. And it goes everywhere. It goes all over your beard if you have one. And if you don't have one, you soon will. It's a mess. It's a mess. And it's my least favourite on this list, I confess. But what is it? Well, it, I learned today, is not one singular entity because there are many kinds of chili dog around America. But typically speaking, a chili dog is a type of hot dog that, in addition to containing a sausage, also contains meat sauce. And people usually sprinkle on cheese and onions for extra taste. And here's the thing, it actually does taste amazing. You just need a knife and fork to eat it. Word of warning though, only do that if you're willing to risk deportation. Either way, you're unlikely to find...
You've got to take the mess, just take it, just firm
chili
it.
dog in the UK. Oh, just real. We didn't
They do look banging though, I'm not even
do
going
the
to lie.
joke about how chili dogs are not the same thing as freezing canines.
Pork tenderloin sandwich.
One way that I endeared myself to my Midwestern chums, other than wielding my accent and my dimples, is that I absolutely love the pork tenderloin sandwich. And when you think about it, this is quite extraordinary because A, I'm not from the Midwest, and B, I was subjected to the Piglet Olympics. But when I moved to the state of Indiana in 2008, the pork tenderloin, both the phrase and the concept, was alien to me. It turns out in hindsight that it's also alien to a lot of Americans, and that's because the pork tenderloin is indigenous to the Midwest. Indigenous was the wrong word, wasn't it? Basically, a pork tenderloin sandwich, as you may have guessed, is usually a deep-fried pork loin on a bun. God help us if baseball vendors run out of tenderloin buns. But, and this could be my nostalgic bias toward Indiana where they are believed to have originated, I bloody love them. And while you can probably eat them all year round, they are best served in the sweltering heat of a 4th of July parade, or a state fair, or Studio 81.
Root, yep, this is definitely the number one for me. I hear about this all the time. Again, I've seen it in previous videos, but I've always known about root beer being like an American
Dear
thing.
Uncle Toby, I know that root beer is technically a drink and not a food. The word drink wouldn't fit succinctly within the title of this video. Yes, root beer is an example of a summer drink that I only encountered after moving to America. But it's also an example of one of those things in hindsight that exists in England.
Yeah.
I just didn't know about it. And there's a reason for that. It's nowhere near as popular.
It's not popular here at all. I feel like certain shops only sell it at certain times, maybe only in the summer. But I guess maybe in like the American sort of stores, 'cause in all of our supermarkets we have a little American section of like American sort of sweets and drinks and stuff. So maybe it's there, which is a possibility. But other than that, I don't really think we sell it here. But again, I could be wrong.
There as it is here.
Let's get the fuck out.
The Midwest just fell. I can only think it was too many pork tenderloins. Perhaps the most recognizable brand of root beer in America is A&W, which does not stand for Alice and Wonderland because that's not the name of the book. What I do know is that it is a drink based on the sassafras root. What is it? Sassafras? Sassafras root. And on this continent of North America, it is hundreds of years old. There's verifiable evidence that Native Americans drank a sassafras root drink for medicinal purposes, which is why to this day it tastes like Mucinex Fastmax. And I'll always remember where I was and what I was doing when I had my first root beer. I was at Jean's root beer stand in Anderson, and I was drinking root beer. As for the one that I prepared earlier, I already gulped it down in between transitions.
Ice cream. Wait, what? I need to see what you're coming like after this, Lawrence, because I'm pretty sure we've got ice cream here.
Ice cream, but only when I'm in a field and there's a clown. Then I scream a lot. But Americans love their ice cream, arguably more than my British companions.
I mean, maybe, but Ice cream's loved here as well, man. I love me some ice cream. I try and avoid it because I know I'll buy like a pot and I'll eat the pot within like a day or two. So I try and only get it like from like the core, whenever you go to like the beach and you have like the ice cream cones or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I guess maybe we'll see. But I'm interested in seeing what he actually means, the differences, or the 5 summer foods he only encountered in
Patriots, and that's amazing when you consider that we have the 99 flake and the feast. Ironically, two things that you don't encounter in America. What you will encounter is America's own unique flavors. I'm not talking about those distributed by Ben and Jerry's because that is very popular in Britain. In fact, and this is a beautiful memory, the first time that I devoured an entire tub was at my dad's office in Grimsby. I'm talking about flavours whose transplant to Britain has for now been put on ice and not creamy ice. So for example, Rocky Road.
Oh my, Rocky Road ice cream. Oh, I mean, hopefully there's no raisins in here because I don't really like raisins. But other than that, I mean, I still would like it, but that looks banging. Marshmallow and an ice cream. Oh,
which is perhaps my favourite ice cream that did not originate with Ben and Jerry's. It's amazing. It came out of Oakland, California in 1929, and it's usually a combination of chocolate ice cream, marshmallows, and nuts.
Nuts? Oh my god, that'd be incredible. So there's no raisins in it. That's perfect.
And if on December 31st I'd foreseen the pandemic, I wouldn't have quit chocolate for the year ahead, and I'd now be stuffing my face with Rocky Road for your viewing pleasure. Some might say that 2020 itself has been a rocky road, so it won't surprise you to learn that that's more or less how it got its name. Its 1929 creators, Dreyer and Eady, called it that as a comical reference to the Wall Street crash. Hilarious. In either event, the world could do right now with a superhero, which is the perfect segue into Superman-flavoured ice cream, so called because it bears the colours of Superman.
Looks like a bath bomb
himself, though I am contractually obligated to point out that it's not licensed by DC Comics. We here at Lost in the Pond didn't have all of the ingredients, so we made our own terrible version. It's a combination of vanilla ice cream and fruity pebbles. I personally was embarrassed by this. Nonetheless, I did give it a name. I called it Baby Kal-El flavour. It can still lift up cars. And finally, and there's really only one way to pronounce this, butter pecan.
Oh, pecan. Well, I guess it's not flavoured, but pecan in an ice cream would bang.
Pecan is without doubt my favourite non-chocolate ice cream. And the reason that I didn't encounter butter pecan flavoured ice cream in Britain is that pecans are not very commonly found in Britain. Here they make up 2 of my favourite desserts, this ice cream and pecan pie. So when this pandemic is over and you've moved to America, head on over to Baskin Robbins and get yourself some butter pecan. Also, look up some alternative pronunciations of pecan. I get some funny looks. I don't know why. That's it for this episode.
I wonder why.
I'm going to go now and fix America. In the meantime, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Lost in the Pond US. And as ever, please subscribe to my channel.
Links in the description to all the socials if you're interested. Same for his channel. Subscribe to him, please. Links in the description for that as well. Because, yeah, if you enjoy these reactions, it's because of his videos. Let's be honest. But, yeah, I really enjoy these sort of things, and it's interesting to see the flavours of the ice cream. I was sort of wondering what it was going to get into because ice cream's big here, but then you've got flavours like that. I mean, I wonder what weird flavours we have in the UK. One I definitely want to try is the Rocky Road one. That looks like it would be the best ice cream though. Pecan is probably the only pronunciation of pecan that everyone will agree is absolutely wrong. Every time you say pecan, a bald eagle loses a feather. This man's trolling is legendary. He somehow managed to piss off or confuse all of his English-speaking audience on both sides of the pond. Mispronouncing pecans like that will get you deported as well. Y'all just pissed off every Louisianan with that pronunciation of pecan. If you like root beer, it gets better with a scoop of vanilla in it, aka the root beer float. Also, you have to try deep fried Twinkies and Snickers candy bars at the next fair you go to. I want to try Twinkies, man. I'm definitely going to do that for a video in future. Lawrence wants the world to burn with that pronunciation. And I mean, yeah, that's probably it. People are just pissed off by how it's a pecan, for fuck's sake. But yeah, some of these are very different to what I would have expected. Again, I would have expected ice cream here. Root beer is definitely one that it's fair enough because I know that's a very American thing. And corn dogs. I do want to try. I want to see corn dog. I can't spell. Corn dogs in the UK. Do they sell them here? Corn-based products are not part of British food. A battered sausage on a stick. Oh, see, I like battered sausage. That's like one of my favourite things from the fish and chip shop. Is that like our comparison? I guess. As the takeaway corn dogs, as the groceries. Does Aldi have corn dogs? Oh, shit. I guess not then. We just don't have them like the US. Oh, no, we do. Tesco. I mean, they're probably nowhere near as good, but I go to Tesco all the time. I've never seen them. Oh, wow. Maybe they do sell them in certain spots then. I mean, that's a surprise. I'd definitely like to try them, but I just don't really know where to find them. And again, they're not going to be as good as like the ones you get on the street, like as street food. But we'll have to see. But hopefully, enjoy this one. Again, you want some more Lost in the Pond reactions? Suggest what you want to see, or any other videos. Just suggest in the comments what you want to see. And yeah, until next time, like, subscribe, peace.